Deep in the desert of Jordan, there is a ruin that has survived for thousands of years. Do you know what it is? You guessed it. It is Petra, the seventh wonder of the world. But how did this ruin become a wonder? What's so special about it? And what can we learn from it? Join me as we answer these questions and more in this video. The name Petra means rock or stone in Greek. The ruins are carved into the sides of mountains and are made of sandstone. Petra is also called the Rose City because of the color of the sandstone from which it is carved. Petra, the rose-red city lost in time, is an UNESCO World Heritage Site, originally known to its inhabitants as Rakhmu. It is an ancient city, an archaeological site in southern Jordan. The area around Petra has been inhabited from as early as 7000 BC and was settled by nomadic Arab people. In the 4th century BC, Petra would later become the capital city of the Nabataean kingdom in the 2nd century BC. The Nabataean people were traders who lived in the area around Petra. They invested in Petra's proximity to the incense trade route by establishing it as a major regional trading hub, which gained them considerable revenue. Unlike their enemies, the Nabataeans were accustomed to living in the barren deserts, and thus were able to defend their kingdom. They were particularly skillful in agriculture, stone carving, and rainwater harvesting. At its peak, their kingdom stretched from Egypt to Turkey. The Nabataeans used their wealth to build great buildings and works of art all over their kingdom. One of their most famous works is Petra. But where exactly is Petra located? It is situated in a valley that is surrounded by mountains. For many years, it was hidden from the outside world. Petra flourished in the 1st century AD, when its Alcazna structure, possibly the mausoleum of Nabataean King Aretas IV, was constructed, and its population peaked at an estimated 20,000 inhabitants. Nabataea fell to the Romans in 106 AD, who annexed and renamed it Arabia Petrea. Petra's importance declined as sea trade routes emerged, and after an earthquake in 363 destroyed many structures. In the Byzantine era, several Christian churches were built, but the city continued to decline, and by the early Islamic era, it was abandoned, except for a handful of nomads. It remained unknown to the Western world until 1812, when Swiss traveler Johann Ludwig Burckhardt rediscovered it. Now let's take a closer look at the artifacts. As you walk through the Sikh, you will see all kinds of things carved into the rocks. There are tombs, there are houses, there are even entire cities carved out of the rock. It's truly amazing to see how the Nabataeans were able to do this. They used simple tools like hammers and chisels to carve out the rock. They would then fill in the gaps with plaster and paint to make the buildings look nice. Now let's talk about Jordan a little bit. Jordan is a country in the Middle East. It is home to many famous places, including Petra, the capital city of Amman, and the Dead Sea. Jordan is a very historic place. It is home to many ancient ruins, including those of the Roman Empire, the Nabataeans, and the Byzantine Empire. Now let's get back to Petra. More than 80,000 tourists visit Petra every year. It is Jordan's most popular tourist attraction. Many people come to see the treasury, which is the most famous building at Petra. But there is much more to see here. You can explore the entire city and see all kinds of different buildings and artifacts. You can also hike up to the top of the mountains for a great view of the valley. Finally, let's talk about the stone carving. As I mentioned earlier, the Nabataeans were skilled stone carvers. They were able to carve out incredibly detailed designs in the rock. They often carved flowers, animals, and even human faces. Their stone carvings are still admired today and are considered to be some of the finest examples of ancient art. I hope you learned something new and you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, please subscribe. See you next time.